Okay, imagine this for a second. A brand new ocean just appearing on our planet. Sounds like science fiction, right? Well, it's not. It's happening right now at the very top of the world. And this incredible transformation, it's kicking off a new global showdown, turning what used to be a frozen wasteland into a high-stakes arena for the world's biggest powers.
And this quote from the Balfour Center really just hits the nail on the head. The Arctic's big shift isn't just a story about melting ice. Nope. It's a fundamental change in global power, in economics, and in military strategy. Seriously, what happens up there is going to echo right across the globe. So what's behind this huge change? Well, it's basically a geographic revolution. That solid frozen barrier that always defined the Arctic is literally melting away. It's creating a new navigable ocean at the top of the world. This new reality has completely shattered the old rules. For decades, the region was all about this idea of Arctic exceptionalism, this belief that it could stay a peaceful, scientific haven, totally immune to global politics. Well, that era is over. Now, cooperation has been replaced by conflict. Science has been replaced by military bases. And isolation? That's been replaced by intense strategic competition. And here is the engine driving this whole thing, Arctic amplification. The region is warming up an incredible 3 to 4 times faster than the rest of the planet. It's unlocking this new frontier and all the competition that comes right along with it. So, as that ice pulls back, it's revealing a total treasure trove of economic opportunities. It's sparking what a lot of people are calling a modern-day gold rush for resources and for new trade routes. The economic prize here is absolutely immense. Just take a look at the Northern Sea Route, which runs along Russia's coast. It could totally revolutionize global trade. We're talking about cutting the journey between Asia and Europe by up to 40%. That's a saving of 10 to 15 days compared to the Suez Canal, a huge incentive for shipping companies and a potential game changer for our supply chains. But it's not just about faster shipping. The Arctic seabed is thought to hold these vast reserves of oil and gas, minerals that are essential for our phones and computers, and some of the world's last great fishing grounds. This treasure chest is a powerful, powerful lure for nations planning out their economic futures. With the stakes this high, you have to ask, who are the main players in this new great game? Well, the cast of characters is growing, and the competition for all these resources is directly fueling some really serious military tensions. You just can't talk about the Arctic without talking about Russia. It completely dominates the region, controlling a staggering 53% of the Arctic coastline. Moscow sees the Arctic as a fundamental linchpin for both its national security and, really, its entire future economy.
Now, countering Russia is a newly expanded NATO. With Finland and Sweden recently joining, 7 of the 8 Arctic nations are now members of the alliance. From Moscow's point of view, this creates a hostile encirclement, and it dramatically raises the military stakes, turning the Arctic into a direct border with NATO.
And then you've got the wild card, China. Even though it has 0 Arctic coastline, Beijing has declared itself a near-Arctic state. It's aggressively pushing its polar Silk Road through science and investment, and it's determined to carve out its own sphere of influence in this super-critical region. This brings us to a really crucial turning point, that idea of Arctic exceptionalism, which remarkably allowed for cooperation even during the height of the Cold War, was completely shattered in 2022. Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine just froze diplomatic channels and dragged global tensions right into the high north. This rivalry isn't just about diplomacy. It's a high-stakes military and technological race, and it's all playing out in one of the planet's most extreme and unforgiving environments, where having the right equipment means everything. So, to project power and control commerce in the Arctic, one tool is absolutely essential: the icebreaker. And here, Russia has a decisive edge. It operates the world's only fleet of nuclear-powered icebreakers. This gives it year-round access and a massive operational advantage over the West, which is, pretty plagued by delays in its own programs. But that advantage is definitely under pressure. Before 2022, Russia was cranking out a new nuclear icebreaker almost every single year. But now, Western sanctions are biting hard. Critical parts from European suppliers, like Wärtsilä in Finland, are blocked. That's dramatically slowing down production and delaying its most ambitious projects. Russia's military buildup is designed to protect its ultimate strategic asset, its fleet of nuclear-armed submarines. It's created what they call an Arctic bastion by reopening over 40 Soviet-era bases, stationing more than 100,000 troops, and deploying advanced S-400 air defense systems to create this protective fortress for its deadliest weapons. But, some of the most intense competition isn't even happening on the surface. It's taking place where no one can see it, down on the dark, cold ocean floor. A silent, high-tech war is underway to control everything under the sea. Russia is deploying its Harmony system. It's a network of seabed sensors designed to listen for NATO submarines near its nuclear bases. In response, the West and China are pursuing what they call a transparent ocean, using everything from advanced mapping to sensor-laden commercial cables to gain that underwater advantage. So where does this all leave us? What does this mean for the future? Well, the fragile, decades-long peace in the Arctic, it's been broken, and that's creating a new and deeply uncertain reality at the top of the world. You see, the Arctic is no longer an exception to the rules of geopolitics. It has become a direct reflection of them. The great power rivalry and this zero-sum thinking, that belief that one side's gain has to be another's loss, that we see playing out globally, well, that's now defining the future of the Arctic. And this has had very real consequences. The Arctic Council, which is the main forum for cooperation on stuff like environmental protection and scientific research, is now basically paralyzed. With political dialogue with Russia suspended, the very institutions designed to keep the peace are being strained to the breaking point. And all of this leaves us with what might just be one of the most critical geopolitical questions of the 21st century. As a new ocean literally opens up at the top of the world, what are we, as a global community, going to choose to fill it with? Will it be the promise of cooperation or the peril of conflict?